everyone.
Hi there.
Welcome to another episode of GSENC English, and today we are going to continue the Let's Talk About series, and today we are going to talk about sports and exercise.
Yeah, and this should be of interest to a lot of us, as most of us like to play and or watch at least one sport.
That's true. I think maybe we should start by running through a list of the most popular sports, and I think those would probably include football or soccer,
baseball,
rugby,
basketball,
tennis,
golf,
American football,
athletics or track and field,
boxing,
cricket,
motorsports,
swimming,
cycling,
and hockey.
So Peter, have you played any of those sports before?
Yes, I have. I've played rugby and football before. I've done athletics at school. These days I'm cycling a lot. How about you, Lawton?
Yeah, when I was a kid, I played a lot of sports. In particular, I played basketball, soccer, and baseball. These days, however, mostly I just go to the gym whenever I can. By the way, you can let us know what your favorite sports are in the comments below.
Yeah, and on that note, we should explain a bit of sports terminology, especially relating to verbs, because this can cause some confusion.
Definitely.
Yeah, basically, if it's a ball sport, we use the word play with the sport. So we play football, play baseball, play basketball, play tennis, play golf, and so on.
And if it's a sport involving a lot of distance or movement, we usually use the word go with it. So, for example, we say go running, go jogging, go skiing, go swimming, go cycling, things like that.
Yeah, we can also talk about these activities as a verb themselves. So I swim, I cycle, or I ride my bike, I ski, I jog.
That's true. We also use the verb do with some sports. So for example, we say I do weights, I do yoga, I do Pilates, I do Taekwondo, I do Jiu-Jitsu, I do Muay Thai, yeah, things like that.
Yeah, it seems that we do something which involves equipment or staying in a limited space. So yoga, Pilates, martial arts, boxing, they would all come under this category. How about bowling? Do we play bowling or do bowling, Lawton?
Interesting. So we would actually say go bowling, even though you use a ball in bowling. Interesting. I guess maybe that's because even though you're using a ball, you don't really interact with other people while you use it. But I guess that's true for golf also, so it seems like bowling is a little bit of an anomaly.
Yeah, it seems to be an anomaly. Yeah. Now we'll take you through some commonly used words to describe what happens in a sports game or event. So perhaps the most commonly used verb is score. We score points, we score goals, score touchdowns, score tries, score runs.
Though I guess in baseball we would probably say hit runs or hit home runs. And in basketball you can also say to shoot a basket or hit a basket.
When we're describing the result of a game, we can say we win the game or lose the game. We can also say we win a league, win a race, win a tournament or competition. Obviously, we can also finish second, finish third or fourth, or finish last in a race or tournament.
That's right. And if we're talking about competitors directly, we can say that we beat them or defeat them. We can also say that we lose to them. And if the score is the same or level, we can say that we draw or tie with them, or we can say that we draw or tie the game. So Peter, what's your favorite sport to watch?
My favorite sports to watch are football and rugby.
Do you have a favorite team?
Yet the England rugby team. In rugby, unlike football, the international game is more important than the domestic club game. How about you, Lon?
To be honest, I actually don't watch either professional or national sports that often these days, but as you might know, in the US, college sports are quite popular, and I do like to watch college basketball and college American football sometimes.
Okay, so if you like a particular sport, then you are a fan of that particular sport. If you have a favorite team, you can say you are a fan or supporter of that team, or that you support or root for that team. For example, he is a Manchester United fan or supporter. She supports or roots for the New York Yankees, and they are rugby fans.
Right. I think in the US we tend to say root for a lot. In my opinion, the phrase cheer for sounds a little bit awkward, actually, unless you're actually a cheerleader. And likewise, I think we would probably say to celebrate a win or celebrate a point or celebrate a goal instead of cheer.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think celebrate, support, or root for are best.
By the way, if you'd like, you can tell us about your favorite team or favorite athlete and why you like them in the comments below.
Unfortunately, there's a negative side to sports as well. Occasionally, athletes can cheat. For example, in football, players often dive to win penalties or fake injury so that opponents are punished more severely.
Okay, that's all we have for you today. Don't forget to check out the worksheet for some additional activities. Also, don't forget to tune in next week for another episode of GSE&C English. Sure.
Hope you had fun today. Hope you find the content useful. Goodbye from me. I'll see you soon.
We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.